Hello students, let's start with exercise number 6. Question number 1. We have 7 divided by a is equal to 14. Now as a has to be the subject of formula, we have to make sure that a is in the numerator. So 7 divided by 14 is equal to a. We can simplify 7 ones are 7 twos are, and our answer is a is equal to half. Let's try question number 11. We have 5 divided by a is equal to 3 divided by 4. Some of you may find it convenient to cross multiply here. So we can have 5 times 4 is equal to a times 3. Now since a has to be the subject of formula, we can move the 3 to the other side, and we have 20 divided by 3 is equal to a. We can rewrite this as a mixed number. 3 6 are 18, 19, 20. Now we can rewrite our answer as a is equal to 6 2/3. Let's try question number 24. We have m divided by ca is equal to d. Now since a has to be the subject of formula, a has to be in the numerator. So we will leave the m divided by c here, and a goes and multiplies with d. Since it was dividing earlier, it will multiply. So now we can move the d to the other side. So since d was being multiplied, it will divide here, and I'll be left with a. So I can rewrite my answer as a is equal to m divided by ct. Let's try question number 26. We have x is equal to z divided by y minus a. Now I have to make a the subject of formula, but first of all a is in the denominator, and second I need to always understand that when I have a fraction and below the fraction I have an expression, it's always in a bracket, but the bracket is invisible. So I need to make sure when I'm working I know that. So now I take the whole bracket on the left hand side, and since the whole bracket was being divided, it will multiply. Now my a is in the numerator. I can move the x on the other side. Since x was multiplied, now x will divide by z, and now I have my a as a negative term. So since I have to make a the subject of formula, I'll take a to the right hand side. I have y is equal to z divided by x plus a, and now I can move the term z divided by x. So I have y minus z divided by x is equal to a. Now I have already got a as the subject, but the answer mostly is as a common denominator. We know that if we take the LCM, it will be x. We can do this by multiplying top and bottom by x, and now our answer is yx minus z divided by x is equal to a, and we can rewrite our answer as a is equal to yx minus z divided by x. Alright, let us try the questions. Now question 27 onwards, we have to make x the subject of formula. Let's try question number 27. We have 2 divided by x plus 1 is equal to 3. So the first thing we do is we take care of terms, as we always go in the reverse order of BODMAS when we change subject of formula. So we go from bottom to top. Okay, so the first thing is we need to move the terms, which means addition or subtraction. So I'll leave the 2 divided by x here, and I'll take the 1 on the other side. So I'm left with 2 upon x is equal to 2. Now x is in the denominator, so I will take the x and multiply it by 2. Since it was divided earlier, it will multiply now. Now I can move the 2. Since 2 is multiplied, it will divide here, and my answer is, after simplification, 2 ones are 2 ones are, my answer is x is equal to 1. Alright, let's try question number 40. We have y divided by x minus c is minus d is equal to 0. And again we have to make x the subject of formula. Now we see that x is in the denominator, so we first make sure that we understand the fact that x minus c, the whole, is inside a bracket here. So as we see, when we go in the reverse order of BODMAS, bracket comes last. So first we need to take care of the addition and subtraction part. So keeping that in mind, first I will take the negative t to the other side. So I have y divided by x minus c is equal to t. So the negative t goes to the other side and becomes positive t. Now keeping in mind that this whole thing is my bracket, I will move the whole bracket to the numerator, and I have y is equal to t into x minus c. Now my bracket is in the numerator, which makes my x in the numerator. So now the next thing I can do is move the t from the right hand side. Since it's being multiplied, it goes to the left hand side and it divides. I have y minus t is equal to x minus c. Now to make x the subject, the last thing I need to do is to move the negative c on the other side. So I have y divided by t plus c is equal to x. Now I have already made x the subject of formula, but as you can see here, the denominator to c is 1, and I can multiply top and bottom by t and have a common denominator. So my final answer can be y plus ct divided by t is equal to x, and I can rewrite it as x is equal to y plus ct divided by t. And that's my final answer. I hope you have understood these examples, and I would strongly recommend you to try more questions from the textbook. Thank you for watching.